Right, in this video I'm going to show you how to play Sunshine of Your Love by Cream. I think it's off Disraeli Gears album. It's in standard tuning. I'll play through each string. Low E string, A string, D string, G string, B string, and high E string. I'm just using standard Fender Telecaster again, and I've got my amp on a clean tone, but I'm using an overdrive pedal just to get that bit of crunching, like that. And but if you haven't got an overdrive pedal, just put your gain on quite low and your bass quite high actually. And I'm also using the neck pickup on my guitar because it's got more like a bluesy sound, which you need for this song. Like more bluesy sound, which you need for this song. So I'll play through the first bit, which is the intro, and then I'll show you how to play it. Right, that's the first section. The first riff starts off by playing twice on the 12th fret of the D string, then moving down to the 10th fret and playing that once, then back up to the 12th fret, so that sounds like. Then move down to the 12th fret of the A string, 11th fret, 10th fret, then down to the low E on the 10th, low E string on the 10th fret of the low E string, then up to the 8th fret of the A string, back to the 10th fret of the low E string, play it twice. That's the first riff, and you play that twice in the intro. Like that. After that, you play something, it's nearly the same, but it's slightly different. You play a chord this time. It's the start of the chord is 10th fret of the low E string, 12th fret of the A string. You mute the D string out with your third finger, and then you play the 11th fret of the G string. Play that twice. Move down a full step, so then it would be 8th fret of the low E string, 10th fret of the A string, muted D, and 9th fret of the G string. So it goes. Then back up to the first chord. Then play 12th fret on the A string, 11th fret, 10th fret. Then you play a chord, a power chord, which is 10th fret on the A string, 12th fret on the D string, and 12th fret on the G string. You play, so after you've gone like this, sort of rake through the chord, then play the 10th fret of the G string, then go down to the 12th fret of the D string, then down to the 10th fret of the low E string. So all that second bit sounds like this. That section's repeated again, but instead of going down to the low E on the 10th fret, you go down to the A string on the 10th fret, so it goes like this. So that whole bit sound, I'll play through all the intro slowly, so you can see what I'm playing. that's the whole intro. Next we're gonna go through the verse. I'll play through it and then I'll show you how to play it. That's all of the verse. You start off by playing. Just say it's just the same as playing the second half of the intro. So you play that the chord at the 10th fret of the low E, 12th fret of the A string, muted D, and then 11th fret of the G string. You play it twice, down one whole step, making it onto the 8th fret of the low E, 10th fret of the A, muted D string, and 9th fret G string once, and then moving that back up to the original chord. Then you go 12th fret on the A string, 11th fret, 10th fret. Then you play that chord of power chord, which is 10th fret on the A string, 12th fret on the D and G. You break through it. Then 10th fret on the G string, 12th fret on the D string, then down to the 10th fret of the low E. That's on the first time. Then the second time go down to the 10th fret of the A string instead. Once you've played this bit, you play that whole, there's two sections, you play that twice, so I'll play through it slowly. And then after you've played through that section, instead of going back down to the chord there, when you played the 10th fret on the A string, you play a chord round around that note for the next section. It's a major chord, and you play 10th fret on the A string, 12th fret on the D, G and B. Play that twice. Move it down a full step so that it's 8th fret on the A string and then 10th fret on the D, G and B. Move it back up one. And then you play the 12th fret on the D string, 11th fret D string, 10th fret G string, 10th fret on the A string, then 8th fret on the D string, then 10th fret on the A string twice. Then repeat that next bit. Then the ending of the second time you play through that is a little different. You play twice on, you play once on the A string like normal, so, and then you play twice on the 8th fret of the D string. Then you play twice on the 10th fret of the A string, then down to the 10th fret of the low E string, and then that takes you back into the lower chord. I'll play through that section slowly so you can see what I'm playing. The next section is you play the low chord again, which is the 10th fret of the low E, 12th fret of the G string, and 11th fret of the G string. Play that twice, move it down a full step, play it once, then back up a full step to the original chord and play it once again. 12th fret A string, 11th fret A string, then 10th fret, and then you play the 10th fret of the low E string, then 8th fret of the A string, then like a two like pick scratchers like that, just muted strings, and then twice on the low E on the 10th fret. I'll play through that bit slowly. Like that. After that, you go back to those chords again and play that again. 12th fret on the A string, 11th fret, 10th fret. Then you play the 10th fret of the low E string, then 10th fret of the G string, 12th fret of the D, and then the open A string to end the verse. I'll play through the whole of the verse slowly so you can see what I'm playing, then we'll move on. Right, I'm going to go through the chorus now. I'm going to go through the first chorus and the second chorus because the last chorus, the third chorus, I'm going to go through after the solo because it's the ending of the song. Right, I'll play through the first chorus and then we'll go through how the second chorus is different from the first one. It's not really much of a difference, but it is different slightly, so I'll play through it now. Right, that's first chorus. First, you're playing three A power chords, which is 3rd fret of the low E, 5th fret of the low E string, and 7th fret of the A string and D string. Play it 3 times. Then you play a C power chord, which is 3rd fret A string, 5th fret D and G. Play it once. Then move down one string so that it's a G chord, G power chord, which is 3rd fret low E string, then 5th fret A and D string. Play that once. So that first riff, you repeat that 3 times, so it sounds like this. Next you move back up to the A power chord, which is 5th fret low E and then 7th fret A and D strings. You play it once, then you play it twice like this. You play it 4 times like that after you've played it once, so it sounds like this. Like that. Then you play it 3 times together, twice again, then 1, 2, then play the 10th fret of the low E string. Right, that's the first chorus. The second chorus is only the ending, which is slightly different. I'll play through the second chorus, just the ending section of it, so that you can see how it's different there, and I'll show you how to play it. So, what's different about the second chorus is that on the ending bit, instead of having the three A chords together, you're replacing it with just a double again, like that. So you're playing once on the A chord, and then you play it twice together, 6 times, and then you move up to a 10th fret of the D string. But when you're starting the solo, instead of playing the 10th fret of the D string, you move straight into the solo, which we're going to go through next. I'm going to go through the solo now. I'll go through in sections, and then I'll go through all of it at the end. I always found this solo a little annoying to play. It's a bit like quite disjointed to play sometimes, I think, especially in one section of it, but I'll go through it slowly, the first section, and then I'll show you how to play it. That's the first section. We start off with a full step bend on the 12th fret of the G string. Play it twice. Then you play the 12th fret of the G string, not bend. Then a full step bend at the 12th fret of the G string. Then you play the 12th fret of the B string. Then you play a full step bend at the 12th fret of the G string twice. Then back down to the G string not bent. Then finally, for this small section, of bend at the 12th fret of the G string again. I'll play that first bit slowly. Then we move down to the 9th fret and do a full step bend at the 9th fret. Then you hammer on from the 7th fret to the 9th fret, and then play the 7th fret again. Then, on the 9th fret of the G string and B string, you do a bend there on both strings. Like that. Then play the 7th fret of the G string again. That bit sounds like this. Then you hammer on from the 7th fret to the 9th fret on the D string. Then do the same on the G string, 7th fret to the 9th fret. Then do the bend on the 9th fret of the G string and B string again. This time you bend up once, bring it back down, then go up again, bring it back down, and then go up one more time. So it sounds like this. So I'll play that again. That final bit is you hammering on from the 7th fret to the 9th fret and then playing the 7th fret again. I'll play through that whole section again so you can see what I'm playing. The next part of the solo, I'll play through it now, and then we'll go through it. I find this bit the worst bit to play, to be honest, but that's probably just me. I don't know why. I just find it a little annoying to play. Right, first off, we start off on a bend at the 10th fret of the G string. It's a bit over a full step bend. It's slightly over a full step bend. So slightly over a full step bend. You hold that for longer than the next few notes. After that, you play the bend 4 more times. So it sounds like this. And then on the last time you play it, The bend is a little less, it's more like a half step bend at the 10th fret of the G string, so that sounds like this. Next you play a 10th fret G string, 7th fret G string, 4th step bend at the 9th fret of the G string, 9th fret D string, 7th fret G string, then you do a full step bend at the 9th fret of the G string again. Next, you hammer on from the 7th fret of the D string to the 9th fret, and you hold the 9th fret note longer than the 7th fret, so it sounds like this. You do the same on the G string, 7th fret to 9th fret, hold the 9th fret longer. Then do a half step bend at the 9th fret of the G string. Next you play 9th fret D string, 7th fret G string, a full step bend at the 9th fret of the G string. You don't hold it for very long. Then you play, after a small rest, you play probably a 1.5 step bend at the 9th fret of the G string. Then play a full step bend at the 9th fret of the G string. Then play 7th fret G string, 9th fret G string, 9th fret D string, 7th fret G string, 9th fret D string, 7th fret G string, then 9th fret G string, then finally 7th fret G string. I'll play through that last section so you can see what it sounds like slowly. Right, that's all of that section. Now I'll move on. The next bit of the solo is a bit. I'm going to play quite a short section because I think the next section after that, they sort of need to be done together because they're a bit faster and it'd be easy if you put them all together at once. So I'll play through this next bit slowly so you can see what I'm playing. Right, first you're playing 13th fret B string, 14th fret G string. You hold that for one beat, and you slide off. But with your third finger on the G string at the 14th fret, you're sliding from the 14th fret to the 12th fret. The B string you're just sliding off, so it sounds like this. Then you're playing 10th fret G string, 11th fret G string, 12th fret D string, then 10th fret G string. Next you play 12th fret D string, then down to 10th fret, back up to 12th fret. Then you do a very quick hammer on from the 10th fret to the 11th fret. Finally, you hit the muted B string and high E string. Then you play very quickly the so you cut it off quite short, the 10th fret on the high E string. That leads us into the next bit. Right, I think this next bit's a bit harder than the beginning of the solo, so I'll play through the next bit slowly so you can see what I'm playing. Next bit is you bend. It's like a half step bend, a very quick half step bend or quarter step bend on the 10th fret of the G string. Then you play the 12th fret on the D string, back to the 10th fret, then do a full step bend on the 12th fret of the G string. Play the 13th fret B string, full step bend on 12th fret of G string, 12th fret G string unbent, 10th fret G string, then 12th fret G string again. Then next, I'll play through the next section so you can see what I'm playing. Next section is full step bend on the G string at the 12th fret. You grab the 13th fret B string, then you hit the bend again and release it. Play the 10th fret G string, then play full step bend at the 12th fret of the G string again, 10th fret B string, 10th fret E string. This, you do a pre-bend, like a half step pre-bend on the 12th fret of the G string. Release it and then pull off to the 10th fret. Then play 12th fret D string, that like a bend on the like quarter step bend on the 10th fret of the G string. Then play 12th fret D string, then 12th fret A string. I'll play through that whole bit slowly so you can see what I'm playing. I'll play through the next bit so you can see what I'm playing. That bit is you're doing a quick hammer on back from the you're playing the 10th fret D string and 10th fret A string, and you're hammering on quickly to the 12th fret A string. Play that twice. You move that down one string and play it again, so that'll be 10th fret G string, 10th fret D string, and you hammer onto the 12th fret D string quickly twice. Then you play two double stops, which is 10th fret B string and G string. Then you move it up a full step, which is 12th fret B string and G string. I'll play through the last bit and link it to this bit just so you can see how it fits together. Right, the next bit, I'll play through the next bit of the solo slowly so you can see what I'm playing, and then we'll go through it. First, you're doing a slide up from the 12th fret of the G string to the 14th fret of the G string. Then you're playing 13th fret B string, 14th fret G string, 13th fret B string twice, then 15th fret B string, 13th fret B string, then a quick slide from the 14th fret of the G string to the 12th fret of the G string. Then play 10th fret G string. Then play 12th fret G string again, 10th fret G string. Then slide again from the 12th fret of the G string to the 14th fret. Then play 13th fret B string, 14th fret G string, full step bend at the 15th fret of the B string. Play 13th fret B string, then play 15th fret B string. I'll play through that whole section slowly so you can see what I'm playing. I'll play through the next section of the solo so you can see what I'm playing. I'll play through it slowly. Right, first you're playing a double stop on the 13th fret of the high E string and the B string. Then you're playing 15th fret B string, 13th fret B string, then sliding from the 14th fret of the G string to the 12th fret of the G string, then you're playing 10th fret G string, 12th fret D string twice, then play 12th fret G string, 10th fret G string. I'll play through it slowly. Right, this is the last section now. I'll play through the next section of the solo so you can see what I'm playing, and then we'll go through it. This final section, so you start off with a full set bend from the 12th fret of the G string, bending it up to the 14th fret. Then quickly, while you've still got that string bent, you play the 13th fret on the B string, and then you're playing a double stop of the bent full step bend on the 12th fret of the G string and the 13th fret of the B string. Next, you're keeping that full step bend held up. You play the double stop again, which is the 12th fret of the G string bent in a full step bend, and then 13th fret B string, and you're quickly releasing the bend. Then you're playing 10th fret G string, then play 12th fret D string, 10th fret D string, then 12th fret A string, 10th fret D string, and then 12th fret D string. Then finally you're playing the 10th fret and the low E string. I'll play through that last bit like that. Right, I'll play through the whole solo slowly so that you can see how the parts fit together, because I know especially with solos that it can get a little difficult once you learn quite a lot of parts for a long solo, and then you come to play it at the end and you forget which part goes where, or you forget parts out, you get muddled up a little bit. So I'll play through it slowly now so you can see where they go. That's about it for the solo. Let's move on now. Right, I'm gonna go through the last verse now, which is straight after the solo. If you've got two guitarists playing together, so if it's you and someone else, or you both learn this at once, or you're playing it in a band and you've got two guitarists, the person who's playing the solo will play the last low E on the 10th fret note of the solo. Will play that. But if it's just you playing by yourself and just learning the song so you can play it by yourself without another guitarist, then instead of playing that last note of the solo, which is the low E string, you go straight into this verse I'm about to show you. The verse is nearly the same as the verse you've already learned, so I'm not going to go through it in as much detail. It only differs slightly, and it's a little longer as well. I'm pretty sure you'll have learned the first one quite well to learn this bit, but it's nearly the same, but it's just a few differences, and I'll play through it slowly, and then I'll go through the differences that there is. I'll play through it slowly now so you can see now. For this verse, so you play through that first, the verse riff, which you know. But instead, for the first time, I'm just going to go through which of the last notes you go down to, because you're either going to go down to the 10th fret of the A or the 10th fret of the E string. So the first time you play it, the last note you play is the 10th fret of the A string. Then for the next 2 times you play it, the last note in each of that riff is the 10th fret of the low E. The next time you play it, it's the 10th fret of the A. The time after that, it's low E. And the time after that is the A string, and that's when you go into what you know as the verse from what you've already learned, which is going into this riff. Everything after that point is exactly the same as what you've learned in the earlier verse. Then once you've played through the verse, you go on to the last chorus, which I'm going to go through now. Right, I'm going to go through the last chorus now, which is quite annoying, the ending, really, to be honest. You play it's the same sort of riffs as the other 2 choruses. It's just slightly different because it's the ending of the song, and there's a lot more to it. So first you play this riff. You play that 5 times together. So 5 times of that. I'm not going to play through it because it'll take me ages to do that. Then the next bit, you play the A chord once, then you play the A chord twice together, like that, and you play that 25 times. I know that seems like a lot, but it is quite a long ending to the song. So you play that 25 times together twice, so it's once, then that 25 times. So it's the twice together 25 times. After that, you play the A chord 4 times together, like that. Then you play it twice, once, twice, once, twice, and then once again, and then one, like that for the ending. That's a real lot to remember, but I'll play through the last bit just so you can hear that, because that's the only bit that really changes. The bit before, that's just playing 2 chords together 25 times. So I'll play through that last bit. So it's that's really the ending bit after the 25 times of that chord. So that's really the ending of the song. I hope you found my video useful, and if you want to learn any more songs, I'm going to be doing more videos. If you want me to try and do a song on a video, I'd love that if you could send me a message of what song you want me to do, or post, like put it in a comment under the video. If you like the video, like it, and things like that. I know the videos are quite long, and I'd like you to put in the comment section whether you think I should split them up into different parts, or I should just keep it as quite a long video so it's all together. I really want your input on this, so thanks a lot for watching, and I'll have a new video done quite soon, hopefully. See ya.